And I'm Terry Brewer. It's a beautiful, clear start to your weekend, but it's a little on the chilly side. So how cool will it get for your Friday night? What about the weekend?
Yeah, Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott is standing by with a first look at your forecast. Hey there, Richard.
Hey, Linda, Terry, good Friday afternoon. Temperature's not that bad right now. We have 62 in Tuscaloosa, but it's getting cooler. Haleyville down to 51. Cold front moving in from the north. That's going to drop temperatures back pretty quick this evening and tonight. Southeast satellite radar. No rain to talk about at this point, but some showers starting to show up over the Tennessee Valley of North Alabama. And some of that is moving south. We'll notice that trend later on tonight. It gets pretty cool over the weekend. How about the weekend forecast? Fly into the Black Warrior River. Check that out. Talking Saturday. Temperatures in the 40s all day. Could have some morning snow flurries. No big deal at all. No travel issues there. We're talking temperatures in the low 50s on Sunday. Sunshine returns by Sunday. We'll have the rest of the forecast. Plus, look at that 7-day planner that's coming up in Home Team Weather.
On your crime watch, we've got the details on a couple carjacked in Tuscaloosa County in broad daylight. Authorities say the couple was kidnapped by their attacker and forced to drive to Bibb County. The suspect is charged with kidnapping and robbery. Police identify him as 28-year-old Robert Yates. He was arrested this morning in West Tuscaloosa. The Tuscaloosa Metro Homicide Unit says it happened around 3 o'clock Thursday afternoon at Creekside Apartments. Investigators say the victims were a 29-year-old man and a 25-year-old woman. Police say after they drove to Bibb County, Yates demanded money. Authorities say Yates pistol whipped the man and pushed him out of the car. The woman got away. Officials say Yates got away in the car, which was later found off Highway 82 in Bibb County. Investigators say the suspect and the female victim once had a relationship.
Yates had a child by a girl, okay? Now, the victim in this case was alleged to have assaulted this girl on a prior date, so there was anger over that.
Gotcha.
That may have been what this robbery kidnapping stemmed from.
Yates is in the Tuscaloosa County Jail.
Northport police need your help finding an identity theft suspect, and there are some pictures to help. If your information leads to an arrest, it could get you a cash reward. Police say this woman is accused of using a credit or debit card several times. This happened between December 23rd and December 29th at several locations in Tuscaloosa County. Authorities say she was driving a silver Chevy Malibu. If you have information, again, you may be eligible for cash up to $1,000. Call Crime Stoppers 205-752-STOP.
Alabama school leaders are ramping up security measures across the state after the recent killing of a school bus driver. The State Board of Education wants all schools to conduct drills at least twice a year to address intruders and active shooters. Officials are also requiring some personnel in each school system to participate in an active shooter training by the State Department of Homeland Security. This is a result of the deadly shooting in Dale County, where a bus driver was killed and a kindergarten student was kidnapped and held hostage. We are also learning more about Tuscaloosa's Alberta School of Performing Arts. The construction plans show a performing arts wing next to a theater and an outdoor performing area with audience seating. The plans also call for a science lab, career tech center, and a basketball court. A storm shelter will hold up to 600 people and is in the middle of the school. The design is not finalized and there may be a second story. The school is set to open fall 2014.
West Alabama Red Cross volunteers are on their way to South Mississippi to help with tornado recovery. The Red Cross says its chapter in Hattiesburg is heavily damaged and not functional. Volunteers from Tuscaloosa are taking a trailer full of supplies for storm survivors. Red Cross volunteer Ro Ford says she wants to not only help with physical needs, but also emotional needs.
I think is a psychological boost to people because they feel like people out there somewhere cares that they are in a bad situation and need help.
Coming up tonight at 6, more about Ford and her volunteering experience and how you can help the Red Cross's efforts. You may not realize it, but if you own a business in West Alabama or any other part of the state, you could be eligible for compensation from the BP oil spill. Alabama Attorney General Luther Strange says there's a formula in place, and if a business fits, it qualifies. Since the 2010 oil spill, Alabamians have submitted more than 23,000 claims. Strange says the deadline isn't until April of next year, but he's urging business owners to apply now. For information, call the BP Claims Program 866-9 888-992-6174. 5 days after an engine fire turned their vacations into a nightmare, passengers aboard the Carnival Triumph are now back on dry land. I bet they're happy.
Yeah, I bet they are. Hot meals, warm beds, and all the comforts of home awaited the Triumph as it pulled into port late last night. Reporter Renee Marsh has more from Mobile.
Camping on the decks, sleeping on the floor, toilets that didn't flush, trash piling up. These are the vacation memories Triumph passengers are trying to forget.
We were just so ready to be off the boat. This last 8 hours were like the worst just because we were so anxious to be off.
The nightmare cruise is over. All passengers are off the Carnival Triumph. As the ship made its way into the port of Mobile, passengers cheered and waved. Others hung signs like this one reading, "Sweet Home, Alabama." Celebration after days of unsanitary conditions and power outages. Before passengers disembarked, the CEO of Carnival offered this apology.
We pride ourselves in providing our guests with a great vacation experience, and clearly we failed.
As more than 3,000 passengers made their way off the ship, some vented their frustration.
There are a lot of unhappy people on this ship, a lot of unhappy people, because of the conditions and the way things just went downhill from the first day.
Others are just relieved the ordeal is over.
After being on that boat for that long and not knowing when or how we were getting back, it was just so good to finally be back.
Some even say the experience brought out the best in people.
I think I saw a lot more of the good behavior and a lot less of the bad behavior.
At least one passenger is considering taking another cruise.
I would, yeah. I mean, you know, it's going to take a while. It's not going to be like next week or anything.
That was Renee Marsh reporting. Carnival is offering passengers a full refund, an additional $500 in compensation, and discounts on future cruises. Well, in Russia, a sight in the sky looked like something from a science fiction movie.
Yeah, but this wasn't something from Hollywood. It was from outer space. We have some video. You can see the meteor streaking across the sky. Look at that. Then a huge flash happens, a big explosion after that. The Russian Academy of Science says the meteor weighs about 10 tons. It entered the Earth's atmosphere going at least 33,000 miles an hour. The shock wave was so intense it shattered the glass in hundreds of buildings. Russian officials say nearly 1,000 people were injured.